And now it's important to always come back to now and catch up with ourselves now and see where we are now. And then we can go back and work on whatever it is that we need to restore it, resolution, forgiveness, the healing process. And then we go back to now and check with ourselves now. So now, whatever situation we have in the present, it will be changed. The perspective will change. You have a different understanding. You have a different solution. Maybe now you see other doors opening that you didn't see before. Things like that. And that is a sign of growth. So this whole work, another one of the results that you get is an improved emotional intelligence and healthier relationships. Because when you own these things, when you own these things from the past and then you heal them and go through the process, when you are an adult now, you get maturity emotionally. That's how you get the emotional maturity. So the emotional maturity is just emotional healing. So you get emotional intelligence from the emotional maturity. That's what emotional intelligence is. So emotional intelligence, again, is not something rational. It's emotional. That's why it's called emotional. The emotional intelligence is not rational intelligence. It's not 2 plus 2, 4, and then you do that, and then you follow the instructions, and then, oh, I am emotionally intelligent. No. The emotional intelligence comes from emotional healing, and then that brings you into maturity, and then you have emotional intelligence, meaning that you can deal with things in a more mature way, meaning you don't get to certain reactions that actually, when you get to those reactions, you feel like a child. You literally feel like a child because it is a child part. It is a very young or younger emotional part of you that is coming to react or act because it hasn't gone through the process. It hasn't been grown up. So that is going to come out. So depending on whatever trigger is happening, that's going to come out. You can see this in people of 50, 60 years old. It doesn't matter the biological age, men and women. You can see some people behaving like a 2-year-old or 15-year-old. Sometimes it's a rebel part of you from teenage, things like that, that is not congruent with an adult emotionally. As an adult emotionally, and what I'm saying is not that you're going to repress your emotions. That's not healthy. That's not a healthy way. It's not repressing. It's not being a robot. So I'm so detached from my emotions that I'm a robot now. That's what the social conditioning adult looks like. The adult that thinks it is mature. At the end, what they do is that they cut everything, every emotion, everything, so they are a robot now. I'm emotionless. That's not what I'm saying here. That's not emotional maturity. Emotional maturity is not being a robot and not feeling anything. Because when you become that, you also cutting the joy, the play, the trust, and the innocence. You also cutting the joy out of your life. You must have met some adults like this in your life. Again, if you are an adult over 20 or 30, over 30, at some point in your life, you have met adults like that. And they might not ever react. They might seem very mature, but then they never laugh. They never have joy. They never play. They have no innocence and they have no trust for anyone. So they are a robot. Oh, he's so mature. She's so mature. That's not maturity. That's just repression of all the emotions. That's just emotionless. So it's important to know the difference. That's not healing. That's not a healthy adult. So Now, the healthy adult and emotional maturity means that you have a good relationship with your own emotions, that you have a healthy relationship with your own emotional self. You learn to accept your emotions. You learn to navigate them. You learn to feel them. So when you do that, they do not control you. That's what emotional intelligence and emotional maturity is.